Okay, guys, I see maximum people have joined, so we can start. Can you guys hear me and see my screen well?
Yes, Rahul
Yes.
bhai, we can see.
Okay. So before I proceed, let's say if you guys have done your studies, uh, are you guys comfortable with these questions? If you can see it properly, or let me zoom it. These questions,
Yeah.
anyone who did not understand anything from the basic, because I do not want to go ahead and proceed unless your basics are clear. What is cloud, types of cloud, deployment models, types of services, and serverless computing? Clear to everyone?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay. As your geography, as your region, and how many are there? What is high availability data center availability zone? Is it clear to everyone? And also availability set.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
People who have
Yeah.
not joined the session, or maybe they skipped it, this question is not for you. You can watch the video, and then if you don't understand, please let me know. Okay. Uh, fault domain, it's okay. Still have to explain it. As your tenant, if the question was here already, guys, how did you not? What did you learn it here then? If you did not understand, why didn't you raise it? That is one thing. I mean, not doing a cross question here, but please understand. If I have written it somewhere here, and if you're reading it, you should have posted immediately that we did not understand what is a tenant, right? If you're not doing that, this gives me an impression you're not reading these questions. Understand one thing, guys. uh See, I have promised 50 hours of training, right? uh I have promised 3 months of training. I may extend it to 4 months, maybe for 4.5 months, 5 months. Last time it went to 6 months. I can do that for you, right? But unless you guys start reading, it is not helping you. There's a limit for me also. The moment I start my next batch, then I will not be able to give you the exact amount of time which I am able to give you now, right? So if you guys do not start reading questions, no matter how much time you spend here in this class, after this you ask me some questions, no matter how much you do that, that is not helping you, because your interviewer is going to ask these questions to you. So if the question is here, what is as your tenant, and if you guys have not asked me that back, which clearly means you guys are not reading it. And if you guys are not reading it, uh, it is not going to help you. And I'm very blunt and practical about it. Okay, just because I'm spending my time here, spending my energy, and if you don't read it, don't worry, I'm not gonna feel bad about it, right? I'm very practical person in that manner. But ultimately this is going to hamper you. You are the one who's losing on job. You are the one who will be rejecting an interview, 2 3 4 interviews, and then you are the one who will give up. With me, you guys are also spending time, right? We have some free we have some pro bono students also. On them I'm spending some times, right? But still, even if you guys don't read it, I am not feeling bad about it, or I don't mind about it that I'm spending my time, this person is not reading. No, that is not happening for sure. Be assured about it, right? But ultimately it is impacting you if you're not reading these questions. If you guys did not raise it here, which means you clearly you did not read it here. If you're not reading this, it's safe to assume you're not reading anything. And if you're not reading it, your interview is not getting cleared. No matter how good you are at the portal level, no one is sharing their screen in the interview and asking you to create something for them. That is not happening. Based on the interviews I have experienced here, based on the interviews which I take, based on the interviews people come here in my class and they give, no one has ever shared the screen and asked to create something. Exceptional cases are there. There was one, uh, still in that one also, they asked to write some code. There was coding involved in that, and this is very normal for coding interviews that they share their screen and ask to write something. Apart from that, for Azure administrator interviews, even if it is going till 18 LPA, 20 LPA package, they are not sharing their screen. That is not the pattern how the interviews are being conducted. So whole and sole method they have to evaluate you, or to reject or select you in layman term, is the theoretical language. And this is what they are going to ask you. And if you're not raising it here, which means you're not reading. If you're not reading, sorry to say, but it is not helping you, right? So please make sure, guys, you read it here. And when I say you read it, if you don't understand something, I'm expecting you to ask. I'm happy to repeat any topic. Just because if I ask cross question, that does not mean I don't want to repeat, or I am highlighting someone. No, I'm trying to get into the bottom level, that Which part did you not understand? Did I not explain it properly, or did you guys not read it? What is happening? That is what I'm trying to understand. That is the reason I ask cross questions. So guys, please make sure that you get into a habit of reading questions here. Okay, so I hope this is clear to everyone now. What is Azure subscription? What are the types of subscription? Can we have multiple subscription in single tenant? What are the resource group and nested resource group? Okay, can someone quickly answer what is a resource group, and can I have a nested resource group? Just a random question, anyone can answer.
Resource group is a third layer of Active Directory, and we cannot have a nested resource group.
Okay, partially correct. I won't call it a layer of Active Directory, guys. Active Directory, it is just a service, it is just a part of your Azure cloud, of your tenant. So don't call it a layer of Active Directory, right? It is not a third layer of Active Directory. If you want to use that word third layer, you can say it is a third layer of your third layer of your tenant, but don't do that. Don't use the third layer option. Resource group is a virtual group or virtual place where you can have your resources, when anyone can have your resources, which is segregated from other resource groups. It is a virtual boundary within your subscription. Collection of all resources like VM storage. Yes, that is correct. Okay. Can I deploy Azure resources like virtual machine or storage on the subscription level directly without having a resource group? Is it possible?
No.
No.
See, you already got your answer here. You can add this point to your resource group answer, that you required a resource group to hold some resources. You cannot have a resource without a resource group. RBAC and IAM roles. See, if you would have read this question properly, right, you would have answered the question which I have earlier, that where can I see the roles. If you guys remember on WhatsApp, I have given an example also, that how can you study for this question, that a user has owner access on subscription level with no role in Azure Active Directory. Can that user reset the password for some other user? Who can answer this question, by the way? Or who can break up this question for me? Forget answering. Who can break up this question for me? Let me see if you guys understood the question. And if you have not understood it, how come no one has raised it?
So I can answer.
Yeah, please try. Yeah, first to answer it.
Yeah, user who has owner access at subscription level will, with no role in Azure AD, cannot reset anyone's password, because password reset happens only at the AD level, which is completely different from subscription.
Perfect. See, so the
That's the
question here is,
answer.
guys, and you could have easily done a practical for this, and this is how you learn. Again, I'm not talking about people who do not have their access. It's fine. People with their accesses, I'm talking to you, right? What you could have done simply is, especially people who are owner at the owner level, you could have created one user, a new user, a test user, user 1, user 2, anything. Give that user owner access on subscription level, and do not give any access on Azure Active Directory, and then try to reset the password of any of these users. For example, Iram, you could have created one user stating user 1. Okay, give him no access on AD level, give him owner access on subscription level. Okay, once you are ready, try to log in with this user, because you have the password, everything you will have. Try to log in with this user, and then try to reset the password of this user, or this user, any user. And this is how you will learn, guys. This is how you practice, and this is how you will learn. And while doing this, if you do this, then only you will have that confidence where you will be able to say that you have worked on something. If you don't do this, you won't get a good hands-on practice. Is it clear, guys? And I mentioned this in your WhatsApp group also, that you can do the practice, you can do a practical on this user. Okay, next question. Being a just global admin, can a user create resource group in subscription?
No.
No. No, they will need subscription level access.
Same thing you guys could have done as a practical. Create a user, give him the admin access, a global admin role, right? Do not give any role at the subscription level and then try to create a resource group. You'll get these answers, but try to do the practical, try to achieve your answer with the practical. So you will get hands-on experience also, and you will get your answers also. And if you get your answers by this method, you will definitely not forgetting it. Okay, then name a few roles in Azure Active Directory. Who can quickly answer this? Few roles in Azure
Global
Active Directory.
admin, global reader, application admin.
Yes.
Sorry, I went to.
Yeah, that's fine. Can someone name few RBAC roles?
Owner role, contributor role,
Owner,
and reader role.
contributor. The reader contributor.
Yes. So I hope this is clear to you guys, right? Okay, I told you guys this cannot be a practice. We cannot spend much time in asking these questions. So I'm trusting on you guys that whatever questions I put here, you practice this. Now, as per me, if any of these questions are coming in interview, you should be able to clear it. And trust me on this, within a month or maybe 45 days, we'll have so many questions that you will be able to clear your interviews. You will already have those questions here. And if you do not read, if you do not practice them, then you're losing on something. For subscription owners, I had given a task to create this, and I see maximum of you guys have completed it successfully. Okay, so now let's proceed and pick up a next task. The next one is, here I asked you to create users. I asked you guys to create some users, right? So here the next task is, what if you want to create multiple users at a time? What will you do? Right? And people who are only with global admin role, see, the moment you go to practice, then you will realize that you do not have access. Then you will reach out to your you will reach out to your global admin and you will ask them to assign role. And this is how you guys will start getting tasks which are real-time scenarios. So I was expecting if you guys start doing practicals, you will put some messages in group that, okay, I'm trying to get the answer of this question, I'm trying to create a user but I'm getting this error. Then I could have asked your uh, or I could have asked the person who has global admin role, I could have asked him that assign this person certain role. If you start doing practice, guys, then only you will start getting more scenarios. Then only you'll start getting more uh, real-time scenarios and tasks. Okay, this is not going to happen that at the end of the class I'm sharing an experience from my previous batch. After 3 months or 4 months class, a person or a student is asking that, are you sharing some real-time scenarios? That is laughable, guys, because what we are doing here from day one, I have been sharing with you. So do not wait that after 3 months I'm gonna share a set of scenarios. That is not at all helpful. Whatever we are doing now, you will get scenarios automatically. You just follow the flow. If you guys could have done this, if you would have tried this on WhatsApp, I specifically mentioned this question and gave you a hint that you could try to get answer for this question by performing a practical. Owners, you guys would have practical, you guys would have tried, you guys would have got the answer. Others, you would have tried and you would have got an error message that you are not able to create a new user, and you would have reached out to me or maybe to your global admins. And this is how you start getting new tasks. This is how you start you'll come to know that how it works in day-to-day environment for a global admin, for an Azure administrator. Okay, so please make sure, guys, you follow these questions and tasks thoroughly. Okay, coming back to this, we have only 2 or 3 tasks in AD now pending, and we'll go ahead for the virtual machines. Okay, now I asked you to create users. You started creating users. By the way, this user is cannot create a user. Why?
Because he has only the read-only access.
Yes. Okay, so let me go to either I will change the user or I'll log into my subscription. Now, being that user, can I assign myself a role? Omkar, can Omkar assign himself a role? Can he do that?
No,
No.
you cannot.
Yes.
No,
Very
you cannot
childish question.
self-assign roles.
Yes. You cannot self-assign. Is that a correct statement?
He needs to have that access.
If I'm a global
Yes,
admin,
sir.
can I assign myself some other role?
You can.
Of
You
course.
can.
So
Yes, you can.
yes, so saying this statement you cannot self-assign, it's factually incorrect. But if you do not have that level of access, then obviously you cannot, right? So here, okay, look at this. This is another method of multi-factor authentication, which I am using. I don't want that code. I don't want to type something. So what I have done, I've set up this. That I'll just type that number on my phone. So if I am not logging in and someone tries to log in, I come to know, and I'll decline it over there on my phone. So this is how you can use multi-factor authentication. I already showed you how to disable multi-factor authentication. Okay, we are yet to complete that. So let me log out from here from Omkar, and I'll log in with some global admin access. I think that was Riaz's subscription, right? So we'll log in with his ID if his password is there. Okay, for some reason it's not working, the Excel file. I'll check that later. I'll show it to you, by the way. Okay, you guys can do it on your subscription. Whoever are the subscription owner, do that on your subscription. You have to go to Azure Active Directory. I'm showing it again. We have already seen that. I was not able to do it over there just because he didn't have access. Otherwise, all steps are same. Go to Azure Active Directory, click on properties. Here you will get some option, manage security default. Disable it. I have already disabled mine. You will see it as enabled. Click on disable, select any reason. This is fine. Click on save, or you just select other, type this is a test account or something, or click on save. Okay, you just have to do that, and then your users, and including you guys won't be getting that pop-up at the time of login. Okay, now let's come to the next task of Azure Active Directory. Let's say that you have to create users. Now creating one user, it's fine, and we saw there are two methods of creating user. Try the other method also. Did anyone try this? Sending an email. Try to send an email to someone, send an email to yourself and see how it looks. Create your own user, invite yourself, right? So this is how you guys you will have to do it, guys. Don't just stick to what task I am giving it to you. Look at for the task like this. Send an invite to yourself. Now go to your email, check how, if have you got an invitation. If you have got an invitation, how does it look? How will you enroll for it, right? Try doing that. From email, what are the steps you have to take? Is it clear, guys?
Yeah.
Okay, now the next option, let's say you have to create 500 users at a time, or maybe let's say 500 is too many, 50 users. What do you think is a suitable option? This one, or do you see any other option?
Bulk options.
Bulk operation, create user, or you can invite user. You can do both. It's a simple thing. You click on here, you get a CSV file. CSV is just another form of Excel. You download that file. Okay, once the file is downloaded, open that file. It's very simple thing, guys, very simple. Okay, you have to fill in this file. This is the example they have given. So you can remove this name and you can start typing from here that this is the display name. Let's say display name is user1. Okay, here you will have which domain name will I use here. From where will I get my domain name here? From where will I get this, guys?
Owner domain, owner's name.
From where will I get this?
Subscription level access.
No.
Yeah.
What do you mean
The
by
root user.
subscription level access?
Root users.
No.
Your profile right side of the top.
Which service should I use to get these this name, by the way? Tell me that first. Which service of Azure should I use?
Active Directory.
Yes, Azure Active Directory, guys. Okay, Active Directory is something different. We always say Azure Active Directory. Active Directory has a different meaning.
Azure
And
AD.
we have interview question also on that. If you see, though I'm not doing it for you guys because you guys are not going for the AD role, but look at this. What is the difference between Active Directory and Azure Active Directory? So just don't call it Active Directory. Active Directory is something different. Okay, so here, yeah, I am in Active Directory. From where will I get this information? Yes, guys, tell me. Okay, forget from Active Directory. Let's say I want to create a new user. Okay, let me show it to you in Azure Active Directory only. And that is very simple. I would have simply said that I can copy it from some other user also. All of you users, they have the extension, right? If you go to that Excel file, you will see the extension over there. Otherwise, here it is. You see the primary domain. So once you log in, guys, please at least go ahead and check these details. So here it is. This is my primary domain. So user1 at this one, you will get it whatever your name, and I'm using custom domain, hence I'm getting it. You will get it, for example, that we were looking at Riaz Bargujar Hotmail dot on Microsoft.com, the long name which you were looking at. You will get something like that. Right? Initial password, whatever you want to set up. Okay. Block sign in. No, you don't want to block. You want them to log in. Right. Simple. That's it. You have to enter and save the file. Similarly, you can have user 2, user 3, and number of users. Whatever users you want, you can have it. You can have the same password, same options. Just user 1 will change to user 2, user, and here the name will get changed. Is it clear till here, guys? How to fill this file?
Yes.
Okay. Just close the file then. Again, go back to users. We'll go to bulk user, bulk operation, create user, and upload the same file. Upload the same file and submit. That's it. And you will have your 100 users available here. And you can send the same file to your manager or the new user that these are your user IDs and password. And it's completely fine to have the same password because they will have to change the password at the moment they log in for the first time. Is it clear, guys?
Yeah.
Now, bulk invite, it's same thing.
Yes.
The options will be there, few options will be there, and bulk delete is also the same thing. Few options here and there. So I'm expecting you guys to try this, create bulk users, invite bulk users, and delete your own bulk users. Whatever you have created, delete also. Okay. Is it clear to everyone? How does it work?
Yes.
Yeah.
What was the name of the user? User 1, I guess, right?
User 1.
Here it is. You see, user 1 has been created. So we have completed this MFA, how to disable that. Bulk user, we have completed that, right, guys? One more option, let me show it to you, though it's a detailed one. I'm not getting into it completely. No one is going to ask you that, but you should know there is some option like this. You should just know the tool's name. You should at least know that, right? That is the reason I'm showing it to you. And then after this, we'll start with virtual machines. So what is the next option? Now this is fine. I'm creating users. It's okay. For some new company, it's completely fine. I'm coming up with 100 users, creating 100 users here. It's okay. But what did I tell you? What kind of cloud do we see mostly? Is it private cloud, hybrid cloud, or on-prem? What do we see mostly?
Public.
Public.
Public cloud.
No, guys, watch recording. I said hybrid.
Hybrid.
Definitely, I said hybrid. I can bet on it. You can watch the recording again if you want. Definitely hybrid. Why? Because there are hundreds of companies who are already running with their data centers, right? They're running with their data center, which means they already have some identity tool, which is Active Directory. This is Azure Active Directory. On-prem, they have Active Directory. Active Directory also works in a similar manner. There you can create your users, you can reset password, etc., etc. It's a similar thing, right? That is your Active Directory, which works on-prem. That is your Active Directory, and it is there in every company. Whenever you join your new company, you will also have your ID, right? xyz@tcs.com, xyz@compicom.com. So that compicom.com, it is your domain, it is your Active Directory. So now most of the cases where we have uh, hybrid environment, what does it mean? That you already have a huge number of users on your on premises. Is it getting, are you guys getting it? Is it clear?
Yes.
So the
Yes.
scenario is, let me erase this and explain it to you. Okay, so it's fine. Okay, I'm going on cloud, completely fine. I'm going on cloud. I've taken my tenants, it's completely fine. I'm creating my new users, that is also completely fine. These are my new users who will be working only on cloud. I've hired them for cloud. Okay, these are cloud administrator and they're working only on cloud, so they are in cloud, fine. But why have I taken the cloud? My applications are there, my servers are there, my databases are there, right? Which means not only Azure administrator, but others users will also work, right? So I'll require accesses for them also. Maybe they are not admin or something, but they are my users. They'll be using some application, some banking application, maybe whatever application I have, some leave application, whatever applications I have taken on cloud, whatever database I have, those users are also using them. And this one, this setup, the server is here on on-prem and database is here on cloud, or vice versa. Or maybe one application is here and second application is here on-prem, and I have multiple users. As a part of their job, they have to log into both applications, they have to access to both applications. What do you suggest then? Their user is already here, their users is already here, and their requirement is that they want to access, they should be able to access these servers also and these servers also. So now what do you suggest? Should we create another users here for them? Are we going to create another user here? What do you think? Will it work? Technically it may work, yes, you can create new users, but they will have access only to this environment. Then these users will not have access to this environment, these users will not have access to this environment. And for every other application, a user will have to have two segregated IDs. And if there is some task where he requires only one ID, let's say he wants to copy data from here and paste here, will that happen? No, that is not going to happen, because IDs are different, everything is different. So did you guys understood the problem here? Yes guys, yes, no, maybe.
Yes.
I didn't get it well.
So Soil will get them on the
So,
same
can you please
domain.
repeat this one?
Can someone please explain it to Sahil or Ilyas? No, Uzef, let's not go to the solution yet. Just explain the question, whoever understood the question. Not only Uzef, anyone who understood the problem here. Who understood the problem statement?
So, me, Siddharth.
Yes, Siddharth, could you please explain?
So on the on-prem Active Directory, there are users created which are already using databases, and we have users in Azure as well, which are using resources within Azure, and they
Right.
are the member of Azure Active Directory.
Right.
But the problem is they both can't access their resources. But the Azure user cannot access the database which are on-prem, and the on-prem Active Directory users will not be able to access the resources which are on Azure.
Perfect. Is it clear, Ilyas, Sohail, Sahil? Or do you want me to explain?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, yes, correct.
Okay. Still, I'll just repeat it quickly. So the problem here is I already had 10,000 servers. I had users who were using those servers. They were daily logging to that. They were doing some work, and now few of them have been migrated to cloud, right? So now these users, if they want to access this server on cloud Active Directory is different. This Active Directory it's different. So these users are not able to access these servers. These users are not able to access these servers. But my business requirement is that these should be able to access each other's servers. So how is it going to work? Or the most important is, okay, these users are already here. Fine. These users are already here, right? And these users are able to access these servers. Now the only requirement is these users should be able to access these servers. Let's say I'm not creating any new user on cloud. Forget it. I don't have any user on cloud. I don't want to create the users on cloud. My only requirement is that these users should be able to access cloud. Now, what do you suggest? What comes to your mind? How can I have similar users here?
Importing the users into cloud with the same login ID maybe.
Okay. Thought process is correct. Approach is good. Yes, you can import it. But that is not helping me. Why? Because even if I import it, every user will have 2 user IDs, which I do not want. Importing will save my time. Fine, I can export 1000 users from them. Excel file, I can import it here using bulk option and I'm good to go. But then I got 2 IDs, which is not my requirement. Then what can be done?
So through VPN, we can go inside in that.
VPN gives you network connectivity. It is not extending your users.
जंप मीन्स सर अपन एक सर्वर बनाते हैं उसके अंदर जाते देखो सर जंप सर्वर कुछ बोलते हैं अपन इन टर्म्स ऑफ लैंग्वेज आई
No, that let's not confuse other people, but that is wrong answer. VPN and jump server both are wrong answers. What you're giving me solutions at the network level. I'm not talking about the network. Let's say I've fixed the network already. This one and this one, we already have the network setup. That is the reason I was able to migrate these servers. So I have the network connectivity. My question is related to the identity. So let's not waste time. Yeah. Let's not waste time. I'll show it to you. We have only 6 minutes left and we have to finish it here. And next session, we can start virtual machines, right? So what we can do simply, we can extend this Active Directory, here. We can extend this Active Directory, or I will call it Windows Active Directory. It is known as Active Directory or Windows Active Directory. Whichever is there at the on-prem level, it is called Active Directory or Windows Active Directory. And the one which is there at the cloud level, it is called Azure Active Directory. Okay, remember this very well. So we have a method using that we can simply extend these users to Azure. It's a very simple task. I'll show it to you right away. We just have to download one tool. The name is Azure AD Connect. Remember the name of the tool. All these explanation, no one is going to ask you in the interview. What they're going to ask you that I have this situation. What can you suggest? What solution do you suggest? So you should remember the name Azure AD Connect tool, or they can ask you what is Azure AD Connect tool, and then you will have to explain that what is Azure AD Connect tool and how do we use it, or why do we use it, how wo bhi nahi aayega, how it's a different method. Okay, so using Azure AD tool, AD Connect, you will have to install that tool, that particular tool here on your Active Directory on your server, which is at on-prem, and by default, and you'll have to put some IDs and etc. जो इसको connect कर देंगे. Apart from the network connectivity, okay, network connectivity we are not talking about. Let's say these are two connected already. If it's somehow, we'll see that later. How do we connect networks? So what will happen? All these users, whatever are here, by default, these users will be synced here. They are not creating a new copy, okay? It is just that now they're sharing each other's data. Now this Azure Active Directory will consider these users as their own user. Anyone resets the password here, it will be reset, it will be done here automatically. The password will get reset here automatically. If I create a new user here, that new user will get replicated here automatically. If I delete a user from here, it will get deleted from here automatically. So that can be achieved using Azure AD Connect tool.
I have a question, Sohail.
Yes.
What if I do something in Azure AD? Will it change it in Windows AD for that user?
No, not vice versa.
Okay, thank you.
Something you create here, that is not being replicated. But whatever you do here, it will be replicated here.
Okay.
Is it clear, guys, to everyone? I mean, it has a lot of details, but we are not going into nitty-gritties. We are not going to the granular level. That is the job of Azure Active Directory administrators. We have a separate dedicated team for that. So you don't have to worry about it. So is it clear, guys, to everyone?
Yes.
Yes.
We have 3 minutes left. Let me log into my domain controller, which is Active Directory. Domain controller is a server which is called which holds Active Directory. So I am logging into my Active Directory, the one which I have, and I'll show it to you how it looks. So this is my Active Directory server, guys. Look at this. This is on-prem Active Directory. Okay. Here I will have all my users. Look at this, UT-Kloud.in. There my all users are here. Now I don't want to copy each and every user one by one. I don't want to do that. So what do? I download a tool called AD Connect. Do you see? This is the downloadable file, executable file. I download it and simply I run it. It's not that simple. You obviously have many options, many passwords. You have to share password from here to there to here. Otherwise anyone will connect your Active Directory. You'll have to share some passwords, etc. But you don't need to know that process. What you need to know that why do we use AD Connect tool, or what is the use of AD Connect tool, or if they give you the scenario, you should be able to answer with the name AD Connect tool. That you should be able to do that. So this is how your tool gets opened. You do next. See, you configure all these settings. You will have to do it here, and under 2 tabs you get password. You'll have to type in your cloud password here, then only you'll be able to go next. Okay guys, only less than a minute is left. We'll take a break of 10 minutes because I have to save some recording and open an Excel file which is corrupted. So I'll see you guys at 3:30, same link. Okay, and I'm finishing this topic here. We'll start with virtual machine.
Yeah.
See you guys after 10 minutes at 3:30, same link.